No, it's not live yet. Okay, it's live now.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Heard it. I literally just heard it. I heard the whole thing in my trailer, and I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard. Everyone's laughing, by the way, but it's true because everybody's heard it too. Everyone heard it, right? To look at all, everyone's like, yeah, big piece of dog shit.
That's a little unfair.
I mean,
It's a little unfair. It's a little much because I didn't do this much for Morbius. I should have done this much for Morbius, but I didn't. It's the last movie we're reviewing for. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mo. Get through your spiel.
I'm saying it's the last movie we're reviewing for 2022. Black Adam. This came out in movie theaters. I don't remember when. Before Halloween, right?
October, yeah. Beginning of October, I think.
Yeah, before Halloween, and ran into Black Panther and ran into Smurf people and didn't make any money. But here we are, though. We're going to talk about Black Adam. I've tried to find a way not to talk about this movie, but I feel like it's part of our peer review, right? Since we did Morbius, it's only right.
It's true. I mean, I there could be some people now. This is on HBO Max, which is how I watched it. That might be deciding whether they want to watch this movie.
I actually regret leaving my house to go watch this movie because I left my house to watch it, and it was the biggest piece of dog shit, as you heard Dwayne say.
I wouldn't go quite that far, but it was definitely not a very good movie.
Dog shit, Morbius. No, dog shit, Morbius, dog shit, Black Adam. Black Adam to me, I'm just gonna go in. Black Adam to me is on the same level as Suicide Squad.
The original Suicide Squad?
Yes, it's on the same level.
That's not true. There's no superhero movie worse than Suicide Squad. That's the single worst superhero movie, like of the modern
Morbius.
era.
Okay, because I'm gonna say Punisher, Warzone.
Yeah. Whatever. Those like 90s and early 2000s.
Blade Trinity.
Yeah. Post Iron Man. This is the worst. The Suicide Squad is the worst superhero movie. I would argue that it's actually because Blade Trinity. I would argue it's just the worst because it's morally reprehensible. Like that movie, like the Joker in that movie, is just morally reprehensible. Like,
so what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad? Really?
Oh my god. Oh my god! And it's also the only superhero movie of the modern era I have not seen that's recent. Like I haven't seen obviously Black Adam multiple times or Wakanda Forever or whatever, but I've watched every other one at least twice.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that Wakanda Forever just came out, and you're probably not going to want to go back to theaters to see it. You're going to wait for Disney Plus.
I'll wait for Disney Plus. It'll be like the first thing I watch.
You're probably gonna. I'm gonna watch it again on Disney Plus just to make sure that I didn't like misrepresent the movie when I saw it, because I remember our review was very mixed. I want to watch it again because I might have been super hard on the movie, but this is one movie that I'm never. This is my okay. If Suicide Squad is what Suicide Squad is to you, this is my Suicide Squad. I saw Suicide Squad twice. And you know what's funny about Suicide Squad? Seeing Suicide Squad twice, I saw it in theaters twice. The first time I saw it, I was so The first time I saw it, I was so drunk that I fell asleep.
I don't know. That movie's so loud. How can you fall asleep?
We're gonna go out. We're gonna go get really, really drunk, and we're gonna go see Suicide Squad. And that didn't work out. And then we're like, you know what? We didn't really get to experience it, so let's go see it again in theaters.
Oh my god! Wow. Oh my god, that movie is just honest to goodness. It's so reprehensible. It's just everything Harley and Joker. Like I can't do. Like I almost walked out. Like I turned to my wife. I was like, I kind of want to leave. We're not going to. But I want to.
You were married then?
We were together.
Dating. Okay. You turned to your now wife, right?
My now wife. Yeah.
And that movie was so bad that the girl I saw it with doesn't want to speak to me anymore.
That's wise
how bad
decision.
Suicide
That
Squad
might have been the only reason, Mo. But as far as a reason to break up with someone, I'm lucky that my wife didn't, because although she did see,
Right.
we on a virtual date where we saw the Fantastic Four movie, the Josh Trank one, and she
The
still
Fab Four
stayed with
stick.
me. Yeah, that was early on in our dating
Uh,
too.
I feel like I should stop taking women to see DC movies, because I took a woman to see Green Lantern. That didn't work out.
I mean, how old were you? Like 14, man? Like, come on, that movie was a billion years ago.
Green Lantern didn't work out. Man of Steel didn't work out. Suicide Squad didn't work out. So I stopped. So after, because she was still with me when BVS came out, it was BVS and Suicide Squad. She was like, it was over. She was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. Your taste is
I mean,
trash.
she made the right decision. Was BVS before or after Suicide Squad? It was before.
It was because in Suicide Squad,
after,
I remember there was it was after, because there was a guy selling a shirt in the Suicide Squad that had dead Superman on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because also Ben Affleck is in that movie, right?
Yes, because Suicide
Briefly.
Squad came as a result of BVS.
Right, of Superman dying, so she needs. Yeah. That makes sense.
What? You might be right. I might really, really hate Black Adam because I don't. So let's go back. Let's rewind to when you first got on the channel, right? Because you did the fandom with us, right?
I did go on the fandom.
Yeah, that's the first time you were on the channel, and then that was the first look of Black Adam, right? The Rock comes on. What you're about to see is why the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is going to change. And we see the first look. As soon as I saw the first look, I saw the suit. I was like, get this movie out of here. A couple of people were excited for it.
I feel like our chat, feel like the chat has always been lukewarm. There's some people who were excited for it because they're excited for like all superhero movies. But I don't think anyone was like standing this film. Like all of the other major superhero movies have like a defender out there.
Oh,
right?
I can't wait to see this. Or
yeah,
it was like, oh, this looks good. The Rock could actually pull this off. That was the temperature of the chat. And I was, as soon as I saw the suit, and as soon as I saw that, because I think what he showed us was that scene, the first Black Adam scene in the movie, where he kind of rises up, and I was like, get this movie out of my face. I never want to see it. So since that point, I've been campaigning against Black Adam. I've been like, I can't wait for this movie to come out to fit.
Viewers, you cannot understand the vitriol that Mo throws. Like, honest to goodness, I don't know how. Like, it's like a lot, particularly for a movie. Like, there are way more objectionable movies, like superhero movies.
There are.
There's the Avatar movie that like is out there to like just hate. Like, I sometimes get very poisonous towards Avatar, but I feel like I do that because I find it stealing indigenous cultures really offensive. But Black Adam is just like a firmly mediocre superhero movie. Like, it's not that bad, Mo. Like, I'm not defending this movie, which horrible. Once we get into it, we can talk about how bad it is. But it's not like bad.
I think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay. Let me say this. With Avatar, you can be mad at it because it's stealing indigenous plots, right? Oh my God, it's doing the worst thing. There is somewhat of a story and a plot to that movie.
It's a pretty movie, I'm sure. The first one was pretty.
I haven't seen the second one. I keep seeing, I don't know if it's you or maybe it's just me, but like my Facebook is littered with Avatar just crossed $800 million today.
Comes up,
Avatar. I'm like, I've never in my life. I've been doing this since I started this channel after BVS. So was it 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
I've never seen a daily report or daily postings about Colliders posting daily. Oh, Avatar just did this. Avatar, I've never seen. This is the first time in my life that I'm seeing this. And it's just for Avatar. I've never seen it for any other movie. Anyways, but like,
I think Endgame
Avatar
got a lot of like how much money it made coverage, if I remember right.
Oh, okay, because I guess they were trying to beat Avatar, right? And so I guess Avatar 2 is gonna get the same whatever. But like,
I truly cannot care. But yes,
I don't care. but it's been so much on my timeline. But at least Avatar 1 had a plot. Dances with Wolves.
Yes, it did.
Morbius had a plot.
Morbius, yeah,
of a plot.
It didn't.
It had a plot. It wasn't.
I think this movie had more of a plot than Morbius. Morbius was not a
No.
serious movie and had joy,
Yeah,
like a lot of
yes.
joy. This movie has very little joy, like
Right.
very little joy. Adam Smasher and
liked-
Cyclone are the only joy in this movie.
Right. We liked our review of Morbius felt a lot lighter than what's going to happen. And to me, what's going to happen in this movie.
Oh yeah,
You
this
enjoyed
movie
it.
is.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, I mean, this movie has very little joy. Like again, the only parts of this movie that made me like happy or excited was like, are Adam Smasher and Cyclone gonna make out? Like, is that what's gonna happen in this?
Interest?
Is that what we're doing here? Because everything else was just like turgid. It was just
Doo-doo. You can say it.
It was gray. It was gray. It was like this gray morass of Jeff Johns mixed with the same plot of every freaking rock property.
Do you know? And I know how you feel about Jeff Johns, but I didn't even get that here. I didn't get the Jeff Johns thing here, because the Jeff Johns thing is he becomes the protector of Kahndaq. There's no point. Okay, let's get into this movie now, right?
All right.
So apparently this Kahndaq, they do this backstory, which is stupid. And then there's this guy. The crazy thing about the backstory is there's this guy, old guy, hunched over. I'm like, Dwayne, you're not fooling anybody with that peanut head. Stop it.
I just love the shrinking. Like they tried to hide that like The Rock wasn't the hero from the beginning, which didn't make like because they wanted you.
It didn't make any sense.
Like I feel like they wanted you to think that like underneath The Rock was his son, for at least initially, right? Like kind of like Billy Batson. But then it becomes really obvious that he's not that. Like, and so there's this like non-mystery that happens that I like.
It's
really did not find useful in the film.
Honestly, the backstory, the flashback, whatever they did in the beginning, they could have just dropped that. You could have just went into this movie and just gone in and just said, "This is our movie. This is what we're gonna do," and like it, love it, because that backstory didn't make any sense.
Yes. They also couldn't decide whether it was like before ancient Greece old or like 20 minutes ago. Because there's like, we need to restore Kahndaq to how it was in your time. It's like, bro, like that was before the Roman Empire, before Christ, before the Mongols, before it's just like
before,
like it was like before ancient Egypt. It's like what like Kahndaq has like been shit on across the world since then, which sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel bad for Kahndaq, but that's like all of human history. Like all of human history. It's not like it's
correct.
Weird. It's just like a weird way of trying to frame the history in this movie that just doesn't make sense. Like just nothing about the backstory makes any sense.
No, nothing about the entire backstory was very stupid and, like I said, very useless. So scrap that, right? And then it's like, so the backstory happens twice. The first part of the backstory is we just find out that Black Adam is born and he becomes the hero, right? Kills the king or the evil king, and that's it. And then fast forward to the future, Intergang has taken over Kahndaq now because reasons. They're looking for Kahndaq's version of vibranium.
Sort of, because Ethereum's not like
Eternium,
yeah, Eternium. Ethereum is, I guess, that Bitcoin or whatever. I don't know, this Bitcoin sounding metal, right? Like, what's weird about that, though, Mo, is what's the best way to think about this? So they occupy Kahndaq, no one cares. That's actually like in the rest of the world. That's actually kind of interesting. Like the whole post-colonial thing that they're sometimes going for here, I could get behind that, but they abandon it all the time. They can't make up their mind
every time.
Right? Is the JSA part of U.S. American impression? Is it not? I don't know. The movie
Oh
doesn't have
no,
a
they're
clear
not the
idea about it.
JSA. They're just the JS,
The
Justice
Justice
Society.
Society. Okay, we haven't even gotten like introduced to them yet. But like what they're looking for, because remember, they don't really do a good job of emphasizing this, except for like one scene. But that dude who was on her team is the boss of Intergang. Like,
correct.
And is descended from the original king. Like an unbroken line, I guess, or whatever. And then he, like,
yes.
my favorite movie is like, Kondak needs a king. And it's like, bro, last time they had a king was like, again, before ancient Greece. Like, list of human being accomplishments. Like, human beings begin the migration out of Africa, Kondak,
right.
and then the rest of human history. That's how they set it up.
Correct.
And, like, that's not like yesterday. Like,
actually,
what the
but wasn't Kondak destroyed though? Because didn't Black Adam in his rage destroy all of? That's what the story. And so they canceled that, right? So now we're here in the future. Intergang is taking over Kondak. The boss / whatever of Intergang is working with the lady to find this crown to become Sabak.
Off-brand Mephisto.
Right.
Mephisto at home. There we go.
Right. And then so they go on this crazy adventure to the desert. People die. The lady is forced to read this hieroglyphics. Boom, Black Adam. He kills everybody.
I will give Dwayne The Rock Johnson
not try
the credit. He did cast a woman as the proto love interest for his character who is age appropriate. I will give him credit for that.
You know what? He also didn't make out with her.
He didn't. That's true. That's for Black Adam 2, which is what happened.
Right.
But, I mean, nobody gets to make out in this movie. Like Adam Smasher and Cyclone don't make out.
Adam Smasher and Cyclone don't make out. Dr. Fate
Black
doesn't
Adam
make
and
out with this helmet.
Archaeologist lady.
Black Adam and Hawkman don't make out.
I mean, it's really Hawkman and Dr. Fate. Like,
right, besties. And so Black Adam comes out and kills everybody. Just annihilates not all of a section of Intergang, and is now captured. Right, and gets shot with whatever the metal is, goes down and has to go. And the lady takes Black Adam to her house.
Of course,
he wakes up. He wakes up in the kids' room, destroys everything. You know,
kids are covered in DC stuff.
Right, and I think what's crazy about the kids' room covered in DC stuff is when he wakes up, he punches the Superman poster.
Mm-hmm.
Set up, maybe?
Well, not anymore.
Like, oh my God. And then he punches the Superman poster. The bromance. And then flies out the room, trying to tell us that statue, that there's something about him that he's not telling people, right? The fact that
he's not a hero, statue. He's not a hero. He's not a hero, Mo. Heroes don't do any of the things that he does in this movie at all.
Right. And all he did was kill people, bro. Like, that's literally
like he does kill a lot of people in this movie, to be fair. But also Superman and Batman kill a lot of people in
this universe.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill in technically in this movie's structure, he doesn't kill anyone that doesn't deserve it.
That is true. He does. I mean, people do all deserve it, yes.
Right. They're pieces of shit. Like, granted, they didn't show us how bad Intergang is towards the inhabitants of Kondak, because they show that Intergang has to have you show your papers to cross borders in your own country. You have these white people coming to tell you, let's see your papers. Like,
Mo, that would be too political. That's too clear. Like, I feel like at some point someone gave them the note that it's like, this is, you understand, this is a movie where The Rock slow motion punches people. Like, this movie cannot handle the post-colonial plot. that it
No.
wants. That's not true. He does kill not Trigun. He does do that.
Well,
That guy has a name in the credits, doesn't he?
the CGI version of that character. So technically,
The terrible CGI version of the character.
oh my god! Like, for one thing that you can say that's consistent about the DC universe, the Snyder universe before James Gunn, is that their villains. Well, technically, because is that the third act is trash and the villain's CGI is always garbage. So it's consistent, except Starro.
Except Starro, which is James Gunn. And
Mm-hmm.
third act is still kind of trash in that movie. I'm going to be entirely honest. Like,
it's a scatterbrain movie, so I forgive it. I think
it's fine.
To me,
it's a fine movie. It's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Suicide Squad is fine, or the Suicide Squad, or whatever. It's fine. Like, that
So-
movie is fine. It is not great, but it is fine.
Right.
It is largely unobjectionable. That was my takeaway of that movie. But what, a year after? It's a year later. I think we did a review of that, didn't we?
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, we did. We did that HBO Max. Yeah, because that was day.
But actually, every single final villain in every single DCEU movie has been terrible, except Starro. Kind of every single one. Because we have Zod. That's like the closest to being good, but that fight was terrible at the end.
Terrible.
Whatever Doomsday was. That's true. There was no dancing, at least. I guess was there dancing? Right. I don't know. There might have been dancing.
No, there wasn't any dancing. There was a lot of rats. Shit ton of rats. That kind of grossed me out because I do not.
It was a little gross. Also, like him wanting to kill his mom thing, like really overstayed its welcome.
Yeah,
like a lot of James Gunn jokes, they always overstay their welcome.
So there was Zod.
Ares. Whatever the end of Wonder Woman 2 was, whatever the end of Justice League is with Steppenwolf,
which one?
Whatever that is.
Which one? Both
of them are nonsense. Like, both of their fights are nonsense. Which one am I missing?
There hasn't been that many movies, man. You should be able to go through all of them.
Yeah, I think that's all of them, actually. Suicide Squad was whatever that ending was. Like, I truly still do not understand. Like, Enchantress.
It was a mashup of endings. It was Enchantress. Yeah. Dang, it's not been that many movies.
All right, it's Man of Steel.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey. That was fine.
Like
right? They just kill. They just kill.
They just killed the villains. Black Mask.
But Black Mask is like not a fight villain, right? You know what I mean? Like,
So okay. So Man of Steel BVS.
Actually.
Okay, good luck. Man of Steel BVS, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman.
Squad.
No, Suicide Squad.
Oh, you want to do them in order?
Chronological.
Yeah. Okay.
Man of Steel BVS, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League.
Correct.
Am I missing something? Aquaman.
Oh, Aquaman's third.
I like the ending of Aquaman. Yeah. I like the villain.
The one we always forget, even though it made the most money.
Right.
We always forget about that movie.
It's so forgettable. It's crazy. Aquaman was fine. Are we forgetting something? I feel like
then it goes
Shazam.
Shazam's third act was
fine.
It's fine, unobjectionable.
It's literally
like the whole movie. Unobjectionable.
Yeah.
That movie's just like, it's not good or bad. It's just
it's fine. What else? Dang,
so then after Shazam is then Wonder Woman 2.
Yes.
Or Wonder Woman 84. And then the Suicide Squad. And then this movie, right? No.
Birds of Prey.
Oh, Birds of Prey.
Squad.
The Suicide Squad. And then this movie.
I still feel like something is being forgotten. I feel like there's a movie. You can't tell me between 2013 and now. Like, these dudes are crying for this universe to come back. And it's literally this many movies.
Snyder himself only made
3.
3. And before the Snyder Cut came out, 2.5.
Yes, 2.5.
So,
David.
Anyway, let's talk about the Black Adam universe, which lasted exactly one movie.
One movie.
So,
Can we talk about how I think what pissed me off most about this movie is when The Rock kept saying the hierarchy of power is about to change. I just felt like he was gonna sidestep Shazam.
I don't think
He
I think he wanted to, but DC wouldn't let him because Shazam did
no,
well.
yes, and the only reason why the Wizard or Djimon Hounsou was in that movie was like, we're not gonna let you. We have to tie this into Shazam somehow. Like,
Because he's
people
Shazam's
have to know
villain.
that.
Like,
Yes. Another reason why I hated this movie. Okay, so he's not a villain, right? So he spends the entire movie murdering Intergang. Now,
which is
Amanda
fine.
Waller, again, Amanda Waller, I didn't know she had power over every secret society in the DC universe, Justice Society, Suicide Squad, and Task Force X, and whatever else. So now she sends Task Force X to go get. She sends
Not
not
Task
Task
Force X,
Force X,
just
my bad,
Justice Society.
Justice Society to go get Black Adam. And I'm like, what is the motivation? So, but I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm like, they're like, stop, or we will end you. What is your motivation?
I mean, also, the Justice Society has apparently
You've existed
existed,
for so long.
and like to the point where like it just further like the Snyderverse just like doesn't make any sense. Like because
Okay.
Man of Steel acts like it's a big thing that Superman exists. But in that
Mhm.
same universe, Batman had been running around. Apparently, Atom Smasher
Yes,
has been running around.
correct,
Hawkman and Dr. Fate have been running around. And not like secretly,
correct.
because Atom Smasher, apparently, and also Cyclone, I don't know. I mean, she's fine. And who was also like the granddaughter of Red Tornado in this, like, is like all of this backstory that they just kind of like shove in there like really awkwardly, that the more you think about it, the more you're like, what, like has no one like thought. Yeah, Dr. Fate. I mean, theoretically, I mean, poor Dr. Fate, like people complain about Doctor Strange getting nerfed in the MCU. Dr.
Oh my
Fate is
god, this is
punked
it's
in this movie. Like punked. I like Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, but he's like real shit Doctor Strange in this movie. Like shit. Doctor Strange would be
right.
embarrassed about how much
I
he gets
thought.
Hawkman too, yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking Doctor Fate. Pierce Brosnan is Doctor Fate, but then this is what pissed me off about. This is what pissed me off about Doctor Fate, right? Is when you cast Pierce Brosnan, I was excited, but I'm like, then in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, he's going to take that helmet off every
I mean,
minute.
that's
Like,
just a modern superhero movie, man. Like
I
that's what they
know,
do.
and I'm like,
You're one of those
and
people
I'm
who
like,
complain that
no,
Tom
I don't
Holland
complain
has
about
his
it.
mask off in Spider-Man all
No,
the time.
see, I
Like,
don't care about Spider-Man taking his helmet off. His mask off. Doctor Fate shouldn't like the whole thing about Doctor Fate is
yes,
the helmet of Fate. What's his name?
a Tuma or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, won't let him just snatch it off because it's a bond thing, right? He's bonded to it. That's
Yeah.
the entire thing. So I'm like, but when I like, they're definitely gonna get like all the 30-year-old ladies or the 40, 50-year-old ladies to go watch this movie because you want to go see Pierce Brosnan, who is aged pretty fucking amazing, right?
He's aged well, man. We all age as well as Pierce Brosnan. Like he's up there with Sam Jackson of like really good aging.
Literally, like, oh my god. So that's why you cast Pierce Brosnan in this movie. But honestly, again, I don't have a problem with it. I just knew what happened in this movie would happen. But I think the most egregious part of it is the nerfing. I I think Doctor Strange has been good in the MCU. I love Doctor Strange against Thanos. I
That's
thought we
great.
were finally, I thought we were finally going to get something to match that. It's the worst outing of. I'm so happy we're not getting a sequel to this. And probably Chris Brosnan was like, "Oh, you only got me for one of these. I'm not coming back for another one, bro. I'm not coming back for another one." So he dies in the worst way ever.
But then Hawkman has his helmet, and apparently it's Doctor
Just
Fate
picks it
now.
up. Right.
It's just like, okay. I mean, I will say that I part
The
of me like
hierarchy of power definitely changed
changed
within the movie, not in the DC
just with the
universe,
movie.
within the movie itself.
I really wanted to like Hawkman in this movie because you and Ray just so mercilessly made fun of him when this movie came out, and I wanted to like Hawkman like so much in this movie, and I just couldn't. Like I couldn't.
There was no liking him. He was a cop. He was a cop. He was 100%, because for him to come out, like, I think the worst part was when Kondak, when he was like, "Yeah, we're here to protect you," and the people of Kondak are like, now.
Yeah, where were you? And I was like, again, that part was interesting. All the stuff that was like the JSA are like a USA like strike force, like colonizing these people just as bad.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I agree, Derpy.
Absolutely none, no sense,
It made no sense.
no sense.
Like I liked the actor; he had a lot of charisma, but like he had a lot going against him. Just like their version of I consider
This
DC
is so
film.
crazy considering a DC film, right?
Marvel definitely needs to share
I mean,
share that Robert Downey Jr. de-aging tech or Sam Jackson de-aging
seriously,
tech, because compare
because
how Sam Jackson looks in Captain Marvel to how like skinny Rock is in this movie. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
it's
It's real
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
So, like, the JSA in this movie, right? You were saying they're supposed to be like this, like, police force, almost Green Lantern-esque, right?
Yeah.
And Kondak has been under oppression. So wait, are there only
It's the
four
most
members of
realistic
the
part of the
JSA?
story, though. It's the most
Right, that's the
realistic part of
best
the
part of
story.
it. That, honestly, because when they're like, "You want to help us now?" Like, all this time, and this is when you feel like you want to come help us.
But they're not actually
It
going to help
was, it
them,
was.
right? They're just going to arrest Black Adam and
They
go
just
home.
wanted to,
So
yeah, that's it, and go home. And Intergang was still going to be left doing what they do. And I feel like the only reason why Black Adam stayed to help Kondak, he didn't even want to help Kondak. The only reason he stayed to help was because of the boy, right? Terminator 2.
yeah, I mean the little boy and his mom. Like, let's be honest. Like he had a nice setup going there. You know, a good stepdad.
Right.
You know,
Step Adam.
step
Um,
Adam. What Teth Adam, is that what his like original name was?
yeah, Teth Adam,
Teth
the
Adam. Oh
man
my
in
god.
black Senshi.
Oh my god.
And workshopping his catchphrase in the middle of the movie. Listen, where do we stop? We stop somewhere. Tell them the man in black sent you.
Yes, I'm with you the same way. I got
I
the
didn't pay for it.
value that I put into this, which is the vague amount of money I throw at HBO Max every month to get
The
good
HBO
movies
Max.
and HBO shows.
Well, which is gonna be HBO Max / Discovery Plus in a little bit. I didn't pay for it. I saw it as a screener, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
I just left the house. What map, Anthony? Because there's no Black Adam 2.
Or anything like no, like you got to give The Rock credit. Like he definitely shot his shot. Like this movie is the like most. If The Rock made a superhero movie, that's what this movie is. And because it's not even if The Rock, it's The Rock made a superhero movie. Like that's what it is. He swung his shot and he missed. You know, and I have to give The Rock credit for his like, I'm sorry this movie failed, like Instagram post. But you gotta give the man credit. He failed. Like this movie wasn't great. It didn't do super well at the box office, but he did try. He did try.
I will say this though. I feel like Dwayne has always wanted to play Superman, and he didn't get it. So this is the next. Like this is what fits him, right? Not a hero, not a villain. Somewhere very in between. No, this is very hero to me because like nothing. Again, I don't think anything Black Adam did made him a bad guy. Made him put him under the radar.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, I guess he killed everyone in Kondak and not just the king that the first time, I guess, right?
But when he came back,
in the past.
Okay, yeah, because now they did the full version of that story where Kanda, the king of Kanda, kills his son because he was Black Adam, because he transferred his powers of Black Adam to him.
For reasons I don't know. But I think he's a bad guy because he blew up all of Kahndaq when he murdered the king the first time. I don't know. I
Right.
mean, it's a classic Rock character. The world's worst. The Rock plays the world's worst anti-heroes because they
Hmm.
are. It's a similar to Vin Diesel, right? Where they
Hmm.
always say that they're not heroes, but then they just act exactly like heroes. They're
But
just
I'll say,
heroes who fuck. That is what they. That's what they are.
I'll,
That's
I'll
what they
I'll
are.
say this about Vin Diesel, right? At least Vin Diesel in in the Fast movies. Uh,
Well, what other
would you
movies
say
has the man
Riddick?
made besides being Groot?
Riddick?
Like, what's other
Riddick?
movies? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
In the
also
Fast
the
movie, I
Last
mean,
Witch Hunter. That's a great movie. You should watch. You should definitely watch. It's high quality film.
oh man, it's I don't know. I don't have I just know I had a horrible time watching Black Adam. That's all I gotta say now. Like, let's talk about let's talk about the characters.
Okay,
Mom, how'd you feel about Mom?
you're talking about archaeologist lady.
Yes, archaeologist lady.
She was fine. She was just like they. What they did is they went into central casting for middle aged action heroine who doesn't do action scenes, and just pulled her out and put her in the script play. We're done. She was fine.
And they probably said, hey, since we're going towards the middle, let's cast someone from, let's make sure she's, you know, how about son, little boy,
Uh he is a
John Connor, not
below.
John Connor.
Yeah, not John Connor. I would say he's more annoying than some movie kids, but not the most annoying movie kid that I've ever watched.
I still, I still can't get over them doing.
I mean,
I still
like,
can't get. I still can't get over them doing the rocks. I mean, it is the Rock. You got to do the Rock. How about comedy brother? Because you have to have
right? Oh,
comedy.
the guy, right? He doesn't
Fat.
die, so he's immortal
Yeah,
in those sequences. Uh, not very good, I'd say. I mean, the actor was fine, but like, he wasn't that funny. To
the
be
character
fair,
wasn't great.
I laughed at probably the second most scenes involving him, so I guess it was successful. The character.
Okay.
So I laughed like seven
Um,
times in this movie. So
all right, let's move on to JSA.
okay.
Hawk. No, let's start with Cyclone.
I really like Cyclone, actually. I thought the actress had like really good energy. And even
Mhm.
though the role kind of was pointless and like she didn't do anything in the entire movie, like there was
Nothing.
literally no reason for her to be
Nothing.
in the movie. But I thought the actress had really good energy. I liked the CG. Like the best CG in the movie I felt was the Cyclone CG. The actress like
Yes, it
really
was. It was
sold this
pretty good.
character on me. And I was like, oh, cool. Why is she in this movie? Like, I was like, I turned to the chat because I was like live responding in our chat, and I was like,
Yes,
I hope
please.
Marvel grabs this actress and
The
casts her
actress
in
from
something good
right,
because she was good.
right.
She was high
Um,
charisma, high charm. Liked her.
Adam Smasher, the
Also
kid from
good.
Netflix.
The kid from
Yeah, he
Netflix.
was
I
pretty.
liked him. He was good. He was charming. He had good chemistry with Cyclone.
He was kind
He
of
was the
funny.
character I thought that was funny. Like he was funny.
Yeah,
Like he was probably the most well done version of the movie. And he and
he
Cyclone were
was
also the most likable characters in the movie. Like
right. He was Ant-Man, not Ant-Man.
it was Janet
Um,
Man. Yeah.
Doctor Fate.
I mean, fine. Pierce Brosnan was good. They like just turned him into crappy Doctor Strange. Like literally that they stole from the Thanos fight. Like that was like what was also so sad. Like I already saw this and it was cooler when they did it with Doctor Strange, like
Right.
against Thanos. Like, couldn't you come up with? I know magic is hard. Like it's not like Sam Raimi did the music thing in Doctor Strange too, right? Like magic fights that aren't Harry Potter, like waving your and shooting lasers at each other. It's hard to do. I get
difficult.
it, but no. Doctor Strange kind of landed, not Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange. Doctor Fate just kind of landed as kind of a dud to me, even though I like
Yeah,
Pierce Brosnan.
very much. I mean, and I think the scenes that made sense for Doctor Fate with me was when he was more so Pierce Brosnan rather than actual like Fate. When he came into the house and was watching Hawkman and Dwayne fight. I'm not even gonna call him Black Adam. I'm just gonna call him Dwayne fight. Hawkman and Dwayne fight.
I mean, it's
And he's
basically
like,
what it is.
that's very much Doctor Strange, right? But with helm on, and
You
like,
said it
that's very
too,
much
by the way.
Doctor
It's
Strange.
Doctor. You keep saying it's Doctor Fate.
I did. Doctor Fate would actually watch that happen in actuality. Hawkman.
Again, I wanted to like Hawkman, but Hawk Cop, that's a good way that you put him there. I mean, it's just so weird that they turned him into just like a punching bag for Dwayne. Like, I thought it was gonna be Atom Smasher, like just
Because
before
he's gonna be
anything came
Giant
out.
Man, right? Right.
Yeah, but no, it's Hawkman. Hawkman is just like the crappy foil for Dwayne. Nah, I didn't like
Right.
him. I wanted to, but
I did. I also wanted to. Yeah, that was kind of rubbish.
when The Rock can't
Who
lose a
else?
fight, somebody's got to in his movies.
Somebody, yeah, and that's crazy. And I think that's another reason why The Rock. You made me finish Red Notice, and you know how happy I was where I stopped Red Notice, and then you made me finish it, and then I just hated everything. I hated life at that point.
I'm sorry, it has the best twist. It has the best twist. By best, I mean hilarious twist. It's just so stupid.
Not expecting. I would say I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that twist. I will say that.
And it just recontextualizes the whole movie and like, oh wait, this is just another Rock movie.
I wonder if Netflix is really about to continue that universe.
It apparently did really well for them. Who knows what, like, I don't know. Who knows Netflix what's successful and not successful? Like that. I think 2022.
Those years. Oh man.
I mean,
that's funny.
Yeah, I think.
So
the thing about Netflix, right, is that we just don't know what's successful there.
Right.
I think 2022 really proved that.
They don't really put out all their numbers. I mean, they canceled a shit ton of shows in 2022. Even though, like, I think Warrior Nun had like amazing numbers. Even had it was the best reviewed show and all of that stuff, and they still said fuck you to that show. And I think that's it for characters. Story.
D.
Was there one? It was just fight.
Oh,
pause.
We haven't talked about the slow motion Snyder fight. Did you like that?
It was like three of them, because it was the first one when he came out the cave.
Yeah.
And he did. You know what? He did the Evan Peters thing from X-Men.
Crappy I was like, version of it,
I'm like, you're really like, there's no original thought in this movie. It's like, oh, we like the thing from X-Men, so it's like, oh, nerds like the thing from X-Men, so we're just gonna do it in this movie. And it wasn't good, because the thing that made it great in X-Men was he was saving people, right? He was the first time he did it, he was making the hot dog or the sandwich or whatever. The second time he did
it. Yeah, that was sad. She was the best character of the movie and she didn't do anything.
Right. The second time he did it, he was saving people from when they blew up the mansion, right? And it again, all was cool. All looked cool. This, you just decided to murder people in a brand, like the lightning thing. You went faster than your lightning. Then you stuffed a bomb in somebody's mouth. That was supposed to be a gag, I guess. You moved the propeller blade to slice people up. You put somebody's gun. You stuffed a bomb in somebody's penis. Like, okay, whatever. Like, next, moving on. What other slow motion? Yeah. And then there was a slow motion to stop when the kid almost died, because you were blowing up your lightning so bad to kill people. The worst part of this movie for me is when he decided, I'm gonna give up my powers because I almost got somebody killed. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
that was
out
real
of here.
stupid. Like it was stupid. Like it.
It's like,
Yeah, it was stupid.
because
Like
you know what? If he didn't do that, we wouldn't have that cool slow motion scene where Skinny Rock finally stands up, right? To like people. Because Skinny Rock never stood up to anybody.
Cool. See, cool.
You know what I mean.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing cool about this movie to me.
That scene got like the part that I hated the most was what costume was James Gunn's wife in? Like the character from Peacemaker that she's in for 2 seconds. Like what was that costume? Like the like weird black trench. She was wearing like some black trench coat thing that was like, what is this? Like, why do they look like fucking fashion Nazis? Like, what is going on?
You know what? You know, this is exactly why James Gunn was like, fuck you, putting my wife in this predicament. Fuck this movie.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. It's like, I put all of this effort and made her a main character of my TV show.
Right. And this is what you
this
do.
Is how you use
fuck
her.
This.
Yeah.
I'm canceling everything. Everybody's getting canceled.
DC Universe is literally just Peacemaker right now. That's actually
the hierarchy of the DC Universe is definitely changed.
And James Gunn's in charge.
Right. Is there anything else we want to talk about this shitty movie?
Henry? Do we want to talk about Henry?
Oh, let's talk about the cameo that should have never happened, that ended up happening, that people should be mad, which is what's pissing me off. People should be mad at The Rock. You should be more mad at The Rock for doing that to you. Because this is what Shazam did. Shazam is like, we can't get Henry. The studio wants to get Henry. We can't get him. We're not going to lie to Henry and tell him we're going to build out the universe, right?
I mean, well, what's so funny about that is I actually don't think they lied to Henry when they said that to him. Like,
I 100% think it might not have been a lie. It might have been their truth, which could have been a truth. Because I fully believe if Black Adam was successful, we're continuing the DCEU as we know it. Or we're going to build out.
It's going to be Black Adam first. It's going to be Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne is going to be James Gunn.
Right.
And instead,
which is
they went the other way.
Right. And I'm so happy that the God that exists was like, no. You deserve better, DC fans.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not gonna say James Gunn is gonna like make everything super great, but this is my thought process on that, right? I think with the James Gunn, we're going to get more people willing to work with the DC universe, right? We're going to get more directors willing, because I think that's the former regime didn't have anyone like, like, hey, can you do this movie for us? Probably didn't want to get mixed in that, the whole Snyder thing and all of that. Like, no one, I wouldn't touch that. If I was a director with a name, I wouldn't touch that.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah.
Yes, because I love money. So I would definitely. Someone came to me and was like, "Do you want to make a DC movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like money." Like,
oh my god! Oh, hold on.
There's a lot of comics where Superman and Shazam.
There's a lot of those comics, but I mean, there is an episode of Justice League Unlimited where that happens as well.
What? Black Adam's in Justice League Unlimited?
No. No.
Talking about?
No. Black Adam, Shazam, and no. I was talking about the.
Young Justice.
I was talking about. No. I was talking about the single episode where I was just talking about Shazam and Superman. I didn't see that there was Black Adam in the mix.
Oh yeah. The Shazam and Superman episode. Yeah.
Yeah, there is that one movie with Shazam, Black Adam, and Superman. And I think
was that one of the DC animated universe ones?
Yeah, that was what's that thing called? It was a 30-minute movie. Shazam, Superman. And it was pretty decent. That was a different a different origin for Shazam.
Ah,
It's a different
okay.
origin for Shazam. Yeah. This is crazy because no one knows for sure if that's the truth or if this is the truth.
I mean, he's doing the Warhammer 40K thing. I think that's why he quit Witcher.
But
Because it also
why?
looks like they're going to make him an executive producer, which apparently he was not of the Witcher show, which is interesting.
I mean, he's not that great of an actor. So it's
I mean,
no
he is
one.
really good as Geralt. Like, I don't know how the show's going to survive without him.
So I'm playing The Witcher 3, right? And I'm getting to see
Real Geralt.
why people think he's great. Yeah, I'm getting to see why people think Henry's great as Geralt because Henry Cavill to me has always been stoic and very stiff. I watched The Tudors, and he's not great in it. He's not one of the people that go, "Oh yeah, I watched The Tudors for him." He's not. You don't remember him.
No one says that. I mean, yes,
right?
Just like the character in history that he plays.
Right.
So,
but then
sorry.
then you play, and I'm playing The Witcher, and Geralt is very yeah, like
place of power.
Like
I love it. I mean, look, I love
is,
Gary. Gary, my household loves Geralt, so we're big.
So
Gary
that
fans.
is so Henry fits that very well. I mean, look at his character in Mission Impossible. Almost no lines, but that one thing that he did is what everyone is like, oh my god, he cocked his arm. He's also very stoked there. So if you give Henry like his, which is why I think Henry playing Superman is not as charismatic. People say Zack Snyder, but I don't think Henry can be as charismatic as people would want to see him as Superman, though.
That's fair.
I don't think so. Well, then again, he never got a real chance, so
yeah,
we don't know.
We don't know. It's all in the past. Like that's the important thing, that we can finally put the Snyder era behind us. I actually increasingly think that the DC universe, like movies, are a poisoned cup, and whoever gets it is just like Gunn is just going to get destroyed by it too. Like I just do not think Warner Brothers is capable of sustaining.
So you think it's a Warner Brothers thing?
I think Warner Brothers can't sustain. Like I think Warner Brothers has clearly made good superhero movies. I mean, obviously going back to the original
they've made the
Superman
superhero movies. Yes.
Right, and the Nolan trilogy, the original Batman from Batman, like there are like some of
Batman.
The Batman, right? Like there are great DC superhero movies, but like as a universe, I don't like because the thing is the MCU, which I think arguably is showing its seams at this point, emerged organically from the vision of Kevin Feige and not trying to be shoehorned, which is what DC has been trying to do ever since Avengers. And I just do not think you can do that. Like, and I think everyone who has tried to do it has blown up in their face. And
so you think they're going to try to shoehorn the universe now? Do you think they're going to actually like build it out?
I have no idea. I mean, we're going to see, but I am betting against James Gunn. Like, I'm not wishing he fails. Like, I hope the movies are good, but like, if you ask me to place a bet right now, I would bet against him.
Okay, over under the 10-year plan gets cut off in 4 years.
Not even 4 years. I don't think it makes 2 movies.
I mean, that's why they make everything. They made the Joker. They made the Batman. They're probably gonna make a Batman and Joker movie at some point. They're gonna make we're gonna get a Batman family before we get a cohesive DC universe movie.
I mean, who knows like what they're gonna do?
You know what?
The fact that the Batman was successful is a huge problem for them. Because they clearly want Batman, but people want more patents in Batman, and Reeves does not want to do like a Superman movie. Like he'll do Batman stuff for them, like he's doing that Penguin show, but like he's like, I'm not gonna be Zack Snyder. Yes, Bree. Yes.
I'm not. I will say
he's
this.
A huge
this
fan.
Comment actually.
I mean, just look at where Mo's head is positioned. Let's just be clear here. All right.
This comment actually makes me you know, Josh Whedon, say what you want to say about his movie, right? But it when Superman appeared in Josh Whedon's Justice League, I actually liked it. I, for the first time, was like, this is Superman. You can say whatever you want to say about that movie, but I was like, this is actually a Superman movie, and I actually did like that. She's also gone, so don't worry about that. It's not we're not getting a Wonder Woman post 84. I would have wanted to see a Wonder Woman post 84, but we're not getting that.
I mean, we're getting
So the
something.
hierarchy of,
Maybe with Guy
yeah,
Gallet, maybe not.
yeah, maybe not, because they haven't put out a comment about her, but they're just saying it's going to be um reboot. They're just going to reboot the entire universe. So I guess we're gonna wait till next year to see the Flash.
Yeah, this
because
movie that like
Aquaman,
is supposed to come out for the last 3 years.
But you know what's weird about this? Aquaman comes out after the Flash.
It does.
You know what? My idea is, right, they're probably gonna go back and redo a little thing with Aquaman where, like, at the end of the movie, it gets like the flashpoint is gonna affect it.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
like Ant-Man?
yeah, and it's just gonna be like it happened, but it didn't happen.
Maybe the red wave. Is it suddenly the sky's going to go
Yeah.
red like it's an 80s Crisis on Infinite
Yep.
Earth costume? It's like we're just going to do
Yeah.
our thing, but the sky
Crisis.
is red. The sky's
Right.
red. Don't just nothing else is different. But the sky's
Right.
red.
I'm super glad this movie didn't, because I would hate to see what The Rock. This is another problem I have with a lot of DC Universe things, right? So now that this movie happened, didn't succeed, didn't make any money, The Rock failed, and he had to kowtow and tuck his tail, and oh my God, we failed, all of that, right? And then you turn around and you see and things are happening, right? Things are being shaken around, movers and shakers. Was it another Superman movie? Because he was only in that movie for 25 minutes. First of all, it was the first 2 hour movie he was in for 20 minutes, less than. The 4 hour movie, he was in a 4 hour movie. Superman was in that movie for 15 minutes again.
Was he really in for that little? I don't even remember.
No, yeah, because
that movie just like doesn't end. That's my remembrance of Snyder Cut.
He comes in when he comes in and he fights the Justice League. Then he goes to Alfred. In the first movie, we didn't see him talk to Alfred. In the second movie, so I think he's in Justice League, he's in there for maybe less than 15. And then he fights Steppenwolf. And then at the end of the movie, I think it's way less in both movies. I think it's literally 7 to 10.
I mean, it's literally like only a part of the third act, right? Like he fights the Justice League,
yes.
Then he goes to his mom's and his girlfriend.
His mom's.
And right. Then he flies off to fight Steppenwolf. That's in the Justice League, right? That's how it works.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, he didn't see Alfred.
He does. Oh, he goes to see Alfred in the Snyder Cut. I don't remember.
Yeah, in the Snyder Cut, he goes to see Alfred. He told me you will come. Let's just hope it's not too late. Of course, I'm here. Flies to go save them. That's it.
Oh, right.
Literally 7 minutes apiece. I'm being very gracious. I'm sure there's someone out there that's done the math.
I'm sure.
So I can't call either Justice League or Zack Snyder's. I can't call any of those a Superman movie.
I mean, Superman is like the organizing character of the movie, though, right? Like the whole movie is built around the fact that Darkseid can invade because there is no Superman, right? Like this is like that's the thing that they're obsessed with. It's both in Suicide Squad and in that movie, right? Like
I feel like you're giving that movie more. You're making more of a plot for the movie than
I agree.
Exists.
You know how much I hate the Snyder Cut. Like I'm just ready for the Snyder era to go away. Like it truly.
I'll say this: it's never gonna go away. You want to know why?
Why? Because the bots are never gonna go away.
No, No, and that's what I was getting at because like everywhere you go, it's Snyder fire James Gunn, bring back Zack Snyder, finish the Snyder cut, finish the Batman movie, do this, bring back Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill getting fired right after Black Adam is really the funniest thing in the world to me because it's like he just came back to do this awesome cameo. First of all, how did you feel about the cameo? I don't think we talked about the cameo.
It was fine. Like it was fine. It was just
I thought it was
Cavill
useless.
Superman.
I thought it was.
It's only useless because
place.
they're not going to do anything with it. Like it's
no. I thought it was out of place. I thought it was very out of place because, like a comment earlier said, I think Kyle said it. You had you could have made this movie the movie The Rock wanted,
which is Superman fighting Shazam.
Black Adam all the way through the movie, and then they find out that they're not enemies, and then they fight Sabak.
So a Marvel movie, or like that's the Marvel like two heroes fight thing. Like
but and then you find out that he's not the real villain, and now you got to team up to fight somebody else. Yes, you could have made The Rock's the movie because that's the movie The Rock wanted. He had to go through this to get the movie he wanted. And then I feel like that would have been way more successful than the movie we got. Because people would have seen Henry Cavill. And that's your big draw to get people to come watch this movie.
They thought that Dwayne was enough.
No. Oh, he's been gone.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, they're done with.
He's been gone. Because he was gone he was actually gone in the Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. He was gone in the Suicide Squad.
Snyder brought him back.
Yeah, but again,
for the reach around joke.
Yeah, for literally no reason. Mm-hmm. Again, remember that Zack Snyder's understanding of these characters is if Superman doesn't get laid, he will go crazy and become a intergalactic space Nazi. Mm-hmm. All right, like pretty if much. Superman has to go through No Nut November, he will embrace the anti-life equation. Like that's the level of Zack Snyder's understanding and empathy for these characters.
Correct.
So,
but so you're right. They thought Dwayne was enough. I think Dwayne thought he was enough because there was nothing he didn't do for the first for the promo for this movie. For the first half of it, the hierarchy of power, and then the second half of it was, what was the second half of it?
This is the new direction.
Yes, it was. We're gonna build up and build out.
Yeah, build up and build out. Yeah.
Then the third half of it was, oh, by the way, we have a special cameo for this movie. Because he couldn't wait to tell people about the cameo.
Well, because like the thing is also, I mean, you're talking about behind the scenes stuff. Like Henry and Dwayne had the same.
They have the shade of same agent.
And that's one of the reasons why he's able to. And also, then Henry fired that agent after all of this nonsense. So
because she calls him super. I 100% believe she calls him Superman.
By what? Hitching the wagon to Dwayne?
No. Because the thing with Superman, what we've known, is that Henry has been open to to whatever WB wants him to do. She's been asking for Dwayne a lot of money. Yes. She's like, he's Henry Cavill, he's played Superman, he deserves Dwayne money. And so, okay, let him do Shazam cameo. Well, we need a full contract, even though we need a full contract and big money. We need multiple movies down the road. And so all of that stalled. Boom. He just lost out on the character. And then this happens. Henry's like, oh, yeah. Everyone should be mad at Dwayne and his agent.
It'd be interesting to see what comes out in future years.
So this is the next question I'll ask you before we grade this trash. If you were James Gunn, what would you do if you were in his position? You get David Zaslav is like, this is your.
Oh my God! And you.
What would you do? What would you have done?
Okay. The open secret is you don't have access to Batman. That's the number one thing you have to keep in mind. Right.
The Batman.
Or you don't
You
have full
have
access
to
a Batman.
wait,
but
he
not
doesn't
like
have that? Right.
I mean he does. Like they said that Batman's part of their
Not
plans. But
not the good one though.
yeah. You don't so but you also don't want to make Batman like too much the center because you have this whole other Batman franchise that you don't want to confuse
Right.
people about, right? So you kind of don't have the Bat universe. So Superman does make sense, like as the character to grab on. I mean, it's the same.
To build up and build out.
Yeah, to build up. I mean, it's the same. Like, Gunn is in the same place that Snyder and Nolan were in after The Dark Knight Rises, where
correct
they were like, we're not doing Batman, so we don't have access to any of the Batman stuff. So what do we do? Like, I mean, you could do Wonder Woman. That would be interesting. Like, if you
correct
like
go
so
in
I
the
think
past.
it's go in the past. I mean, you don't even have to go in the past. You could just like, or since the last two Wonder Woman movies have been set in the past, here's not the novelty. Do a Wonder Woman movie in the present. That's the real novel Wonder Woman story at this point, right? And so I think it's going to be one of the two Trinity people, the non-Batman Trinity. So it will either be a Superman movie or it will be a Wonder Woman movie.
And technically Batman would exist in the universe already. And you just bring them into former Justice League.
Yes. Eventually.
Because
I don't think you go for the Justice League that fast.
Like, right. I'm saying eventually. But I'm saying because if the Flashpoint does what the comic book or Jeff Johns' Flashpoint does, right? A Batman should exist.
Yes.
That's if.
But is that what the new is that what new Flashpoint is going to do? Like we don't even know. Like is new Flashpoint is the Flash going?
Like, when does that movie come out?
Comes out not long after Ant-Man, right? Isn't it? Because we get Shazam next month, right?
Yes, Shazam is first.
Is January, right?
Yes. Shazam is first.
And then Flash, then Aquaman, then nothing.
Yeah, Shazam is March.
Oh, March. So it's after Aquaman. Or after Aquaman, excuse me, after Ant-Man. Okay.
And then The Flash is June. Then Blue Beetle is August. And then Aquaman is December 25th.
Okay. Well, it's going to be interesting. Next year is going to be a really interesting year for superhero movies in general.
Yes, it is.
I think it's a ride or die year for Disney.
You think so?
I think
I feel like, you know what? Let's table that because we have our year-end show that we got to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's table this.
Let's table that. Let's wrap this up then. We've rambled a lot about Black Adam as a.
Did we even talk? We didn't really talk about Black Adam. We just talked about everything else, and Black Adam just happened to be the center that come up when it came up.
This is an old school. I'll give it a D.
You gave Morbius an F.
I did.
I think.
I don't think I did. I think I gave it a D. I think I gave it a D. I'll have to go back.
I'm giving this an F. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. Yeah, but it wasn't unwatchable.
It was very unwatchable. Will you watch it again? It's free.
It is free. But look, I you know what? I haven't watched Love and Thunder yet, and that's the next one on my. Although, like
you never watched it.
No, like the rewatch.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Okay.
Yeah, like I rewatched Doctor Strange not too long ago. Like and Wakanda is what? Middle of January?
Wakanda is not. Yeah, Wakanda is still in theaters. It's crossed $800 million, by the way. So it's it's not
anyway.
Black Panther 1.
Let's talk about that in the Friday show. I think.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Kang. To be honest, I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
I'm unbelievably excited for Ant-Man 3, but I'm also unbelievably nervous about it. So
because they could mess it up. Anyway, this was Black Adam. I really got nothing else to say, or you got something else to say?
No, I got nothing. Everything else is just good stuff we're going to talk about on Friday. So
yes. So, last question: did the hurricane?
Look, the only thing that changed, again, folks should just look at the background and where Mo's headed. The only thing that changed, the only hierarchy that changed is Mo's pants. All right. So, folks, That's the only thing that
Oh,
changed
man.
thanks to this movie. That's it.
Right. Last review of the year. Thank you very much, Roy. We had a full year this year.
We did.
Can't wait till next year. Yeah, next year's
wait
gonna
till
be
next year.
bigger. Right. See you on Friday for the last show of the year. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for commenting. Anthony, thank you. Kyle, thank you. Brianna, thank you. Derpy, thanks. Everybody has been on. Thank you. We will catch you on Friday for the last show of the year. And we will actually be seeing you. When is that, man? That's when we'll start back, right? Yeah, so we'll start back in. So we'll see you all in February after Friday. Have a good day.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. So mount it up.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
I didn't bring a passport.
We don't need passports. We're the Justice Society.
There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
Too much enemy fire to catch a break.
I never said I was a hero.
Giving you respect, I expect the same thing.
You believe you are not worthy. But fate does not make mistakes.
I'm fighting for you. There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
You have two paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.